guys, Aiden here, back with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about how I made clubs in my school not be clubs anymore. Woo! Aiden, nice job, nice going, idiot. Anyways, so this was in like 3rd grade. I'm not sure how. No, it was in like 2nd grade, and I'm not even sure why we did this, but we did. Now, I was an edgy 2nd grader. At least I think I just said 2nd. Yeah. Anyways, so I was really edgy, and Mary from the last story video, well, her and I made this club called the Depression Club, and I know that's a weird name, but we came up with it anyways. And it was a really secret club. And the only way you could join it is if you knew what depression was. Like if you knew what the word meant. And I'm not sure why we made it. We just did. Anyways. So not that many people joined. It was just me. I got something. Okay. It was just me, Mary, and another kid. I forgot his name, or her name, or a name. I forgot a person's name who joined the club there. And basically, we were at the table. We had like a club meeting. And a kid, let's just call him Blake. Yeah, we'll just call him Blake. Blake walked up to us and was like, "Hey, can I join your club? I heard you had a club." And Mary and I were like, "Wait, how did he know we had a club?" And we just glossed it over. We're like, "Oh yeah, probably the other kid in the club told him." Or maybe he heard us talking about it at lunch. Anyways, so we said, "Sure, but do you know what depression is? Because you can't join the club if you don't." And he's like, "Yeah, I do." And then we all say, "Then what is it?" And he was one of the kids that he would just randomly hit you for no reason. Like, it wasn't really a hard punch. It wasn't really a light punch either. It was kind of an easy medium. And he would just do it for no reason. I was pretty good friends with him. He was the only kid in the school that knew what Halo was, and he was the only kid that played it. So I'm just like, okay, sure, you're my friend now because you're the only one who knows what Halo is. Trust me, I was a nerd back then, and I'm still a nerd now. So he's like, "Yeah, I know what depression is." And then he says, "Depression is like really small sadness." And Mary and I and the other person look at each other and we're like, "That's not what depression is." And then he's like, "Then what is it?" And we both say depression is a really bad sadness that certain people struggle with as a mental illness. And he's like, "No." And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "No, it's what I said." And we're like, "No, it's not. If that was the case, then like no one would struggle from it." And then he gets like really mad. So he's like, "Yes, that's what depression is." And I'm like, "How is that what?" And basically, he storms off. He doesn't go where the teachers are, but little did we know they moved from the blacktop because during recess the teachers on duty, they go they stay on the blacktop, but apparently somebody called them over to the Gaga Ball pit. If you don't know what Gaga Ball is, it's basically a game where you have a ball and you hit it, and if it gets someone from below the waist and under, then they're out. Anyways, So a teacher was over there, but we couldn't see him from the table we're at. Like, it's a perfect position where we can't see anyone over there. So that was kind of bad for us. And he runs over to the Gaga Ball pit because he sees it because he's at a different angle from us. And he runs over there. He's not crying, but he's not upset either. Like, he's not crying, but he's upset. You could tell. And he goes over, and we're like, I wonder why he thinks depression is that. Anyway, so he goes. He leaves us alone. And at the end of recess, a teacher calls us over. Well, they call us over to like outside on the hallway, because that's where all the teachers talk to the kids who are bad at recess. And Mary and I are like, oh, we're in trouble big time. And then we see Blake go there. We see Blake like out there too. And we're like, oh, we're done for. And the teacher says, were you being mean to Blake? And we're like, no, we weren't. And then he says, yes, you were a liar. And I'm like, how are we being mean to you? And then the teacher asks, well, he said that you had a club and you weren't letting him in. Is that true? And we're like, yeah, we weren't letting him in because we had this thing where you have to know the certain meaning of a word to join. And then the teacher's like, okay, that makes sense, but you're not allowed to exclude anyone, because this is the place where they're like, oh yeah, include everyone, no one is excluded. Yeah, my school's like that because it's a private school. Anyway, so we're like, okay, we're sorry, we'll let him in next. We'll let him in. And then he's like, no, I don't want to join your club anymore. And then she's like, so you're not allowed to have a club anymore. And then we're like, what? Why? What did we do? He doesn't even want to join anymore. And she's like, well, you can't really have clubs in school anyways. And we're like, then what's the chess club in most high schools and stuff? And then she's like, well, that's the rules for this place, because everyone's supposed to be included, and in clubs you can't include everyone. And we're like, that's the point. If you want to join, then join. And she's like, okay, enough. You're not allowed to have any more clubs, and I don't want to hear any of you mention a club again. And now we're excluded from all the clubs. Well, yeah, that's basically that story. Yeah, I've gotten into a lot of trouble these past few days. Well, not days. These past few, years of school. I even have one where a kid got into a fight with me, but I'll tell that story soon. Anyways, bye!